Made some money. It's work. It's work, but I
Right.
think I'd like to get in a position where I can make more bang for my buck, and I'm going to definitely need to make more money
Cool.
than $100 a day.
No, I totally understand your situation. Which city is it, if I may ask?
Houston, Texas.
Oh, I know the senator of Houston, Texas very well. Rodney Ellis is one of my best friends. I've known him for 26 years.
Is that fact?
Yeah, I lived down by the Galleria on Bering for a while. I love Houston. I left because I came to California, but it's a good city, man. I love Houston, Texas.
Can I make some money here? And I'm not.
You know, I'll tell you how you make money in Houston, Texas. Okay, here's the thing. And when you were working, did you put a little bit of money aside for a vehicle, or is that what is?
Yes, no, I can go buy me a vehicle.
Okay, so I would suggest setting up, and I'm honestly telling you this because I've tried out every category in Uber and I've tried out every category in Lyft, right? So
Okay.
my suggestion is try and get a Chevy Suburban for a good price. Okay, don't commit to like a crazy expensive Escalade. Try and get a Chevy Suburban with about 70,000 miles on it. Okay. Before you commit to that, go down to the office and ask them if they still have openings in SUV and black. I would guess yes, because there's not many cities that are closed up yet. LA is closed, Orange County is closed, where they don't allow SUVs, right? But in Houston, Texas, I think it's fairly much open. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to look at your entire event calendar, which means all your baseball games, all your basketball games, all your football games, all your rock concerts, and you want to know all those websites so that you can create like a Monday to Monday list, because those events usually end at 10 or 10:30 at night, and you know, you hit those surges, you're making more in that 1 hour than you making on 3 regular hours. That's the one thing. But the most important thing with the SUV is that if you feel the energy of the passenger is good, you've had a good you sound like a real cool guy with a good personality. When you are having a good discussion with someone in the car, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, you know, you get the negatives and you get the positives. Thank God you get more positives than negatives. But you hand them a business card with your picture on it, like, you know, so that they can recognize you, and then the back of your card, and I'll show you an example, I'll text it to you, of the vehicle that you drive. So now they know, yes, I remember this guy. That's the guy that drove us in this vehicle. So you really start branding yourself in your SUV. Okay. Now the airport, with the SUV, you really get a lot of business. And you know, I know Houston. I know how it works. And there's a lot of wealthy, and this is why I'm recommending SUV, because it's a wealthy city with a lot of oil people, with a lot of businesses down there. And once you start hammering out those business cards, right? And once you tell them, hey, I'll take, if you need longer trips to airports and that, think of me, I'll give you a little bit of a break, which means you're not circumventing Uber, you're still putting it through Uber. You tell the guy, hey, you can order the Uber as I'm there, but I'll give you like a 10 or 20% of the fare back, right? So if you're ending up with a $60 to $120 fare, you know, you're giving these guys anywhere from $10 to $20 back straight after the trip. They love that, and they will book you forever, and you will not be shorting Uber, because Uber's still making the money. It's just that you're not making the full 120, you're making 100. I get those things all day long, my friend, all day. Okay, I get 5 or 6 of those $140 trips per day, but I make my money through leasing out vehicles, because I have a fleet of cars now. And then when you get to know the social media and you start promoting yourself and you make yourself an ambassador in Houston, you know, like you're sharing the top spots, the top ideas, and then when people start signing up under you in Houston, you actually make good referral money, right?
Can they request?
Well, they email you, and you just ask for at least a 2 to 3 hours heads up, okay, so that you can get there.
I got you.
So if you know that you're driving this guy at 4 o'clock to the airport, let's say at 3 o'clock you take your last trip and you start heading over to him, but you know it's going to be a big fish, you know. So I just promote the big trips, and now I have about 50 regular clients. I mean, very impressive clients. I have Guns N' Roses, Dr. Phil, Channing Tatum. Yeah, I mean, it's LA, but you'll be rubbing the shoulders with the same people in Houston. You just got to get into the super high expensive neighborhoods, around the Galleria, Tanglewood. You know where all the high-end neighborhoods are, and that's where you sit with your SUV, but you make 100% sure that Uber also registers you in Uber Black, so that you drive in a minimum of 2 categories. Does that make sense?
Okay, so do I need to go to the office? Because I don't even know how to get a hold of those guys. I mean, I haven't had the best. I went over there one time to one of their offices.
Okay.
2 in Houston, and I had a bad experiences with the representative there.
Okay.
They were just seeming like they didn't want to be working, but for whatever reasons.
Well, they. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I think they just.
You're fine.
I just think they're growing too fast, and they just really don't know how to always treat people at these local offices. But that's really the only place you're going to get this resolved. Okay. And if you go in there and say, listen, I'm thinking of joining, Lyft or Uber, maybe you can guide me a little bit. They'll want to recruit you as Uber. So I always play the one up against the other. At the end of the day, between you and I, you're going to join both anyway. You're going to put yourself that SUV in Plus and Lyft Plus and Lyft Premier, and you definitely want to get black on black, black exterior, black interior, so that you can drive.
What year do I get, and will I be able to cover it with $20,000? You think?
Oh yeah. No, you'll cover it. You'll more than cover it. I would go in and maybe put $5,000 down. Get yourself a good commercial license and a commercial insurance. They have what they call this TLC. I don't know if that applies for Texas, but when you walk into the office, you just tell the guys, hey, I want to drive in Uber SUV, Uber Black, or I want to drive for Lyft. So here I am. Okay, tell me what's possible. And what do I need?
Should I get the vehicle first?
No, never get the vehicle first. Go and ask. Firstly, find out if you can even get into that category. Sometimes they shut those categories down for a while. Okay. So, there was a guy here said, oh, I'm going to go out and buy an Escalade and I'm going to start driving SUV. I said, you may want to go down to the office and find out if they allow SUVs. And guess what? They didn't. So, had he committed to that car, he would have been in a very awkward situation. At the end of the day, you want to drive both anyway. You want to be in Uber and Lyft so that you stay busy, but you want to be in those high categories. And this is the only category where you really make good tips, okay? And where you get big parties and where you get to meet and rub shoulders with good people and actually start building out your network, and you can brand yourself, through your cards. But
sure. I've got some. I've done some TV myself, so
you have.
Also, I've got a network of people that know me. I did a reality show called Flipped Off for me and my brother.
Excellent.
Houses, and we
cool.
did some things like that. So I've done several different
good
things like that.
Good, and then there's once you have that commercial license, I would then also go and register an LLC as an independent separate company, because as you are handing out those cards to the movie studios, to businesses, you can build up a ton of you must understand, this car now is a commodity. You have to get it on the road and you have to make money with it, right? So you have the one angle, which is Uber and Lyft, great, and then the other is where you can really get your business cards out and start recruiting individuals, so that you get repeat customers and you make that car work for you. Yeah, that's how I would do it.
Yeah. So it's just Uber's just kind of like a platform to get your thing going.
Uber is a good platform. It's not like you're taking their clients away. It's just that you're promoting long trips and just good customers. You really just want to keep the good guys on board. I mean, the guys that you really get on well with, like every time they get in the car, they're excited to see you, because you're their cool driver. At the same time, you hand your cards out at businesses, hey, if you guys need any private trips or longer trips or airport trips or hotel pickups, this is who I am. And, I'm now sitting on about 50 repeat clients, and then I have all my Uber clients as well. And, sometimes we move 5 or 6 people, sometimes we move 35 or 40 people.
One guy.
Sorry?
I said you're only one guy.
Well, one guy, but I'm on 17 vehicles now with my partner. We have 17, and we just started Teslas, the SUV Tesla, and I can move big parties around. That's also what makes it attractive. I'll tell people that I'll move 30 people down to the Emmys or the Oscars or the Grammys, so they can drive in convoys. Some of these musicians, all the entourage, all the pretends, all the fluff, we move them around,
Right. Plus, we've got the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, you got it? Oh, yeah. You're lucky. Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Yeah. So, hey, I just want to appreciate you for taking my call, number one, because I know you're extremely busy. You really have a passion for people, and I know that I can tell that by talking with you, and you are very genuine about your personality. I know that's all these reasons are the reasons you're doing so well. You're giving back, and you can't, as far as I'm concerned, you can't outgive God, and I think
exactly. I appreciate
several ways.
I really appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you saying that, and and if in any way, you could give me a package of cards, or I'll have you drop them off at Senator Ellis's office. I'll make the introduction, so that you got to work together in this game. That's what I think the channel is all about. Is like, I meet you, you've got good energy, you're gonna go out, help a few people, and then like collectively we grow it together. I mean, we got to survive, we got to pay our bills, and we want to go on holidays.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So, and I will definitely get, when I sign up with what is the other Uber and what's the other one?
Lyft, Lyft.
Lyft, yeah. I'll get you on that one when I sign up for that one.
Okay, cool.
And there again, I want to tell you that I do appreciate
absolutely
your thoughts, and this is a good place for me to start. And I think that so what can I look to make at a slow week on working if I do start driving the SUV black?
Well, the SUV in black, I'm telling you the rates. I mean, look at your app and look at the rates, okay? And I mean,
I can't find that. Where do I go to?
Oh, well, if you go on do you have the passenger app downloaded as well? The passenger app?
No.
Okay, so download the passenger app, okay? And just create an account with any email that you have. And then run both the apps, because on the passenger app you can see where all the cars are situated. That means you would be able to see where the other SUVs are. You would be able to see where all the X's, and you can actually position yourself way better so that you're not like tripling up or doubling up, because you don't know that Uber X across the road is an Uber X. So you might be standing right next to him and fighting for the same passenger. You want to geographically position yourself in an area where you maximize your, yes, exactly. So that's one good thing for downloading the passenger app. And then the other thing is you get to see the rates. I mean, it's literally day and night, the rates between what you earn mileage on an SUV and mileage on an X. And did I
see right? But I thought I seen like 8 times the amount of an X.
I would think it's fairly accurate. I mean, I don't know if it's exact. Yeah, it might even be 8 times. I'm not sure. But it's the thing is, those vehicles are usually used for longer runs and big groups of people. A lot of fun. I mean, you have a lot of fun, a lot of energy in those cars, right?
That's what I want. This driving 2 minutes down the road, you're driving me nuts. I don't want to be a taxi.
I totally understand. But I mean, at least you've done it and you know what it's about. And you're basically ready to up the game. I've tried them all out, and if I tell you, I truly mean it when I say you have the ability to really build this platform out. It's not like you just stuck in an SUV. You can, when you set up your LLC and you drive for Lyft and you drive for Uber, your car is busy and you're making money. And you can give a lot of people private rates as well when when you bring people on board, just regular companies or business people, you can give them better rates than you ship around and you farm around and you see what the limo services are charging, from A to B. You do your homework, you do a little bit of fishing, you get those rates, and you can sometimes just offer them better rates,
Right.
So that's how I would do it. Cool.
Well, okay. Well, like I said, I really appreciate you giving me your time, because I know that's...
Texas is welcome anytime. When I see that Texas number show up on my screen, I always answer. So, absolutely.
I appreciate that. Okay.
Cool.
I will. I'll touch base with you from time to time. I'm not going to wear you out.
No, but please give me some feedback on the visit to the Houston office, because at least then I can also make a video and tell the people, hey, just do some homework there, and I can do a video in conjunction with you, and then put in your referral code so that you can get some referrals going down.
I'll tell you how I did after a week, and you can kind of
cool,
work it like that. That's
perfect.
Cool.
Okay, buddy.
Excellent.
Cheers. Take care.
Thanks a lot. We'll talk soon.
You're so welcome. Bye. So that was an amazing call. When I see the Houston, Texas number show up, I always answer it. My dear friend Senator Ellis is down there in Texas, and I've lived in Houston for a while as well. I was down Bering by the Galleria, so I know the city, love the people, and anytime there's a call from Texas, I'm going to help. I always help out. But there's a lot of money in Texas, and what I advise this gentleman, because he got frustrated in UberX, he was making a very good income in the oil industry, $100,000 a year, and he's frustrated. He knows the game, he knows the business. I can hear that. He's a great personality. I can hear that too through the phone call. He just needs to be placed in the right category. And I truly feel like guiding him or pushing him in the direction of SUV and black is the right choice. He definitely has what it takes to build out a fantastic business, and I wish him nothing but the very best, and a lot of great luck in the beginning, and safe driving. Houston, Texas.